Hey, today I want to talk to you about how perfectionism can suffocate your web design business. Hi, I'm Marlon Marisha from Web Design Profits, and I help web designers scale their business. Now, this week I've spoken to so many web designers who want to grow a business, but they're stuck on being perfect in some part of their business before they start the important things. And so, for some of you, that will be being perfect around how you deliver projects. Others, it's how to be perfect around how you present your website. Others, it's how do you be perfect around just your marketing materials. And others, it's how are you going to perfect the sales process to make sure that everything's going to be good so you can win the client. But the reality is, none of those things have to be perfect. None of those things really matter. What really matters is, can you get enough leads and make enough sales? And to do that, sometimes what you really need is imperfect action. And I believe that imperfect action trumps perfect inaction every single time. And unfortunately, so many people are striving for perfection, which leads to inaction. And I don't want you to be there. I was there for many years where everything had to be perfect. My website had to be perfect. And I had to know that I could deliver the most efficient website and I could have the best plugins and the best theme that I could reuse, and I don't have to use multiple themes. There's so many things that I came up with. What hosting service am I using? And all of that just stopped me from achieving the goal that I really had for myself, and that is to grow a business that can give me the freedom, the money, and the meaning that I desire. And they're really the killers. That's what's going to steal your future if you want to make everything perfect. And I really believe that sometimes you've got to look at your business and look at the imperfection and deal with it. Just deal with it. Um, the reality, most prospects won't notice, and most clients won't notice. And the ones that do are probably perfectionists anyway. And so I have realized that even with problems that I can see in my business and the way it flows, it's still successful because I'm moving in the right direction. And, you know, I can tell you some things that I want to change in my business right now. But the reality is, if I change it, it's going to stop my march forward. So this week, I have made some actually not this week, this month, I have made some massive gains in my marketing. When it comes to my webinar and people showing up and people booking appointments at the end or before that webinar, massive gains. But there is something in my business that really annoys me. And that is, my email address is different to my domain name. And I can fix that, right? And it annoys me. But the reality is, if I fix it, it'll probably take me a few hours and I've got to strategize and think. And there's a lot going on just to fix that. It's more complicated than what it sounds, right? For me, it is, because I'm a perfectionist. And so what I've done is I've chosen to ignore that. Now, some people have picked that up. Someone picked it up this week with me, and they mentioned it to me. And I said, it's a really good lesson in knowing that something isn't perfect and dealing with it yourself and moving. Because this month, I've made so many gains with my webinar that really I'm light years ahead. But if I had focused on that, that would have taken me out for a few days. I would have lost momentum. I would have focused on something that just doesn't matter. Now, do some people notice it? Yeah, one person noticed it. But it really hasn't affected. They noticed it, but it really hasn't stopped them becoming a client, right? And I notice it, and it annoys me. But the reality is, I've learned to deal with it. I guess I've grown up. Okay, I've grown up, and I've realized the world doesn't have to be perfect. But what's important in business is that you're constantly moving forward. Now, will I fix it? Probably. it was highlighted to me today, and I will probably fix it. But I won't fix it now. No way. I've got momentum. I'm moving forward. I'm making sales. I will not fix it today. Now, maybe in a month, 2, 3, but I think I'm mature enough now to realize that it's not going to stop me. Although it annoys me, I'll deal with it when I have the time. Okay, so I hope this really helps you. I hope that really puts into perspective with you what's important. Do you know, I had one of my students this week, Brendan, and hi Brendan, he launched his first video. And he put it into the group, and we all looked at it. And he said, there's so many issues I see with this video that I almost didn't release it. And I watched it, and it was a good video. And I can see the things that he can improve, but I'm so proud that he released it, because when he did that, he'll now release another one. And there's no way, it doesn't matter how hard he works on this first video, he's always going to be disappointed with it, because it's his first video. And so get over it, move on, get to video number 20, and the 20th video is going to be outstanding. I'll tell you another little story. My boys were looking at my YouTube channel the other day, and we found a video that it's a serious case of overacting. Okay, I was presenting a topic, and it was some really bad acting, and I don't know why I did it. I didn't have much experience, and they laughed and they laughed and they laughed at me, and I started to laugh, and we had a great old time. At the end of all the laughing, they said, "So you're gonna take it down, Dad?" And I said, "No." They said, "What? This is so embarrassing for us. You've got to take that video down." And I said, "No, I'm not taking it down, because that's my journey. I want people to see the journey. I want people to see how I started, and it was awful, and where I am today, and how I've grown." And I said, even if people don't care, I want to see the journey, because it helps me understand that imperfection and action is better than imperfect inaction. And right now, the reason I'm presenting this to you on a Facebook Live, and it's one take. I am not doing a second take. The only reason I can do this now is because I made that video where I did a serious case of overacting, and I can laugh about it now. But that journey has taken me to here, and even this video is not perfect, right? But I'm getting the message across. I'm releasing a video today, and so I want to encourage you: imperfect action will trump perfection with inaction. And so with your business today, all the problems you see, the ones that have to be fixed, fix them. But the ones that are just those nitpicky things, ignore them and drive forward. So if you are looking at growing your web design business and you want some help, you can book in a scale session with me. It's a 15-minute chat where we get on the phone and we talk about the 3 things that you can do to grow your business in the next 60 days. And so book it in. I'd love to spend the time with you, and I'd love to see you on the next video. Speak to you soon. Bye.